I'm at the National Association of EMS Educators Conference in Reno, Nevada. It's September 2014. I'm at the CentreLearn booth. And CentreLearn is a learning management system based out of the U.S., and they have quite a few Canadian customers. And I'm with my good friend, actually, Greg Fries.
Hey, Rob. It's good to see you.
And Greg and I co-hosted the EMS Educast for a few years. What was it, 2009 to 2013?
I believe so. It's like
podcasts.
195 episode, hundreds of thousands of downloads, listeners around the world.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. And
It was incredible.
this conference, it's almost like an alumni gathering because we see so many past guests on the EMS Educast.
And I think I'm the only Canadian this year. What's with that?
You're the only Canadian at this conference.
My mission is to get every American at this conference to start saying A.
Well,
That's the plan, A.
I might say or but not A. What can I do for you, Rob?
Does anyone say huh?
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 I don't know.
Okay. All right. And I've got Chris Liebador here too. Chris,
Hey.
how are you, buddy? Hey, there you go.
Hey, Rob.
See, I've started.
You weren't even in the room when I referenced you.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I was going to stay for that session too, but I wanted to grab someone here at the session. So you referenced me. That's
So you
so
remember
nice. Thank
last in DC last year,
DC.
you had shown us a little microphone and the shuffle.
I think that was Disney.
Was it Disney
It was
that you
Disney,
did that?
yeah.
Oh my gosh! Well, before I even got home, I had both of those waiting for me and been using them ever since.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thanks. Okay, now you're not part of this interview, so it's not really an interview. These are my video diaries I'm uploading to YouTube to share with my colleagues back home. All right,
Excellent.
So, Greg, tell
Yes.
me about CentreLearn. It's an LMS system, but your clients are mostly EMS and fire, right?
Yeah,
so not community colleges like some of the other LMSs.
Yeah, I think you're right. That typically the organizations that use CentreLearn are fire departments that may or may not have an EMS role, or standalone EMS agencies that could be private services, hospital-based EMS, volunteer EMS organizations, or even like a statewide EMS office that makes CentreLearn available for everyone in the state.
So some big contracts too there.
Yeah, certainly of all sizes. We've got organizations with just a couple people and organizations with thousands and thousands of personnel. And not just in the States, but in Canada, the UK, a few places in Europe, and the South Pacific as well.
And you've got contracts with Medvi, I think, in Canada. Right?
Yep. We've got organizations in Ontario that use CentreLearn, and one of the big challenges for me as a paramedic and an educator was starting to hear from those paramedics in Canada maybe about some terminology differences, or the biggest one
we
is
just pronounce words differently.
Well, or maybe better. The biggest difference though is blood sugar. You know,
that's right.
In Canada,
4 to 6 millimoles per liter, and
millimoles per liter, and we're doing milligrams per deciliter, I believe.
Deciliter,
Yes.
Those numbers confuse me. Yeah.
So, and then of course there's the English and metric units for things like distance or height or width.
But
or
I
weight.
know you. See, you can convert kilometers to miles without even using a calculator. So
well, I do have a knack because I run 10-kilometer races. I think it's an odd thing that we do marathon, half marathon, and then a 10K.
And 10-kilometer races make so much more sense than a 16-mile or some
6.2 miles is how long a 10 kilometer.
6.2 miles, right.
6.2 miles.
Yeah, 10 sounds better. It's a bigger number. It sounds much
I
more
think
impressive.
so. They click off a little faster.
See,
when you
I
run.
can't even do the conversions.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Okay, so you have this LMS. It's very specific to emergency services, and presumably those services use it for continuing education?
Yeah, certainly continuing education, but they're not limited in terms of the type of content. We have lots of organizations that will build their own courses.
Yeah.
So that can expand the sort of not only range of training they might do, but also the range of organizations that might use CentreLearn because of the course builder. We do have many organizations that never use any of the CentreLearn CE courses. They just use the courses they're building. Maybe it's EMS or fire related, but it might be related to other workplace training that they need to complete.
Like workplace safety?
Safety,
and that kind of thing.
just general things, like compliance, maybe computer software that they're using in their workplace.
And I should make a disclaimer here that I'm not making any money from CentreLearn or from Greg, although I do expect you might buy me dinner when
We could provide lots and lots of remuneration for Rob and our other good friends.
Yeah. Okay. So now, one of the unique things about your company too is that you produce educational material as well. It's not just a platform.
Right. So CentreLearn, we've got nearly 300 CE courses that are available. There's ALS versions of
Enough courses to take until you retire.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Sometimes people plow through dozens and dozens of courses, ALS and BLS EMS content, firefighter, fire officer, fire inspector. We've got a whole library of health and safety courses that are unique because they're specific to fire and EMS personnel.
Right.
You've probably been in this situation where you're taking a bloodborne pathogens course and it's a setting in some sort of industrial plant or a hospital clinic, and you think, how does that relate to me?
Right.
So we've got those courses. We've also distribute courses for our content partners from 24/7 EMS and Fire, Emergency Film Group, Med Drills, Physio Control University. I'm forgetting somebody, so forgive me. But somebody could have literally hundreds and hundreds of courses available, ready to go, in addition to whatever they want to build on their own.
Right. And some of the agencies, some of the agencies just take the platform as a straightforward platform and they build their own content.
Correct.
And so on and so forth.
Correct.
And now, does it also automate notifications to EMS providers about, remember to renew your CPR, your CPR, your license expires on such a date?
We call that credential tracking. So the training officer will set up what the credentials are that are required to work in that organization. So maybe you need to have a paramedic license, a driver's license, ACLS, and PALS.
Much easier to automate that than to be a training officer or quality assurance manager and have to track people down.
And the system will send you notifications that you're about to expire. You can also create training
but your
plans.
certifications are about to expire, not that you're about to expire.
Right. You can create training plans and associate them with a credential. So, your paramedic credential, the training plan might include the hours you need in airway, pediatrics, trauma, etc. And then the training officer could make assignments, whether it be from CentreLearn courses they build, or even offline training activities that you can complete, then can be tracked in CentreLearn.
That's great because people forget.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. My license gets renewed every 5 years.
Well, you're fortunate in Canada. Every 2 years in Wisconsin.
Oh, 2 years?
Yeah.
That would kill me. Yeah, we have to do a driver's medical and a written test every 5 years, and if I didn't get a reminder in the mail, I'd have no driver's license anymore. So that's great.
Good.
Any last things you want to tell us about CentreLearn?
Certainly, I'd encourage anyone that's viewing this to take a look at our website, CentreLearn.com, or also request a demonstration. We'd be happy to do a web meeting and show you around the training system.
Right. Oh, and you have the ability to offer live online education as well, right? You have a partnership with...
Yeah, so we've got an integration called Virtual Meeting, but it's running on the GoToMeeting software, so you could go into the training system, schedule a meeting, invite the personnel or the groups of personnel that you want. They get a notification they've been invited to a meeting, the date and time, and then they click on, and then it creates a training record.
That's
for
great.
them.
And so when a paramedic is driving their ambulance, they can just log
Not while
on
they're
and
driving,
watch.
Rob. Nope.